I just admire her so much. She was like a mentor to me. Susan broke the glass ceiling and what was considered a man's world.
My name is Susan True.
Susan and I worked together. We were the founding mothers, you might say, of Win for KC. And the whole purpose was, as Susan had brought the thought and idea together about Girls and Women in Sports Day.
Why can't girls do sports?
We started out with like a luncheon, and there were 75 people present. If you know anything about Win for KC today, I think their attendance is somewhere between 1,500 to 1,800 and a waiting list. So it's not just in tennis, but she's made a mark across the country in a variety of ways.
Susan was fantastic on the USTA Missouri Valley Board of Directors, and I feel like because she had that great background in other sports, in high school federations, and just that kind of administration, I felt like she brought a lot of knowledge to the group.
It became known that she was actually a tennis coach at one time, which I lit up and got excited and thought, the connection is really strong now. We were fortunate in Missouri Valley to have Susan say yes.
I enjoyed the people so much. This was my favorite board. It's kind of like the first time I was working with the people that volunteered to help run the meet. And someone said, "And where did you play tennis?" And I had to tell the truth, and that person was not impressed. So I thought, well, I've got to hang around a while.
What I always loved about Susan, first of all, she was just the utmost professional volunteer. You know, she took her duties on with dedication, grace, professionalism, and just a fantastic, wonderful person to be around, and was a great leader.
Yeah, I've known Susan for many years. She was on our section awards committee and the chair of the awards committee. Susan spent really countless hours behind the scenes making sure that the awards ceremony came off without a hitch. In fact, in 2020, when we had to go virtual because of COVID, she worked with the administration at the community she lived in to actually record her segments that we used in the virtual celebration. She pulled it off without a hitch, and she was a trooper.
She helped at Kansas City Explorers matches for many years. She was a big proponent of all of the great things that Fred Johnson was doing to bring more diversity and inclusion into the sport. People always got to meet somebody who was just genuinely enthusiastic and really made people feel welcome when they came to tournaments in Kansas City.
I have to tell you my favorite story. The first players that played were the twins, the Bryan brothers. And they started to get out of the van, and their father said, "I believe you forgot something." And they instantly thanked me for driving them there. And I thought, boy, they're going to be disciplined because they've had this father all the time.
She's always got a great story to tell. If you're going to sit with Susan, you're definitely going to hear a story, but you're also going to see somebody that's really listening, and the listening isn't so that she's ready to respond. It's so that she can hear what you have to say.
I really enjoyed getting to know Fred and Susan and hearing about their 70-year love story. They met at K-State. He was an athlete, she was a cheerleader. It might be her affinity to purple and all of the attire that she wears so lovingly.
I will say I was very, very blessed not only to serve on the board with Susan, but to get to know Susan and Fred very well. My kids idolize her as well. She is a tremendous woman, and I am so thankful and pleased that she's going to be inducted into the USTA Missouri Valley Hall of Fame.
I look at Susan as more of that grassroots person that introduces people to tennis. So to me, when I see that, and I see all the contributions she's made both at the district level and at the section level, nationally, she was on national committees, that she certainly is deserving of that opportunity, and I applaud her for being a candidate.
Tell us about finding out about being nominated to the USTA Missouri Valley Hall of Fame.
I was just flabbergasted, and pretty soon I thought, it's a good thing I'm sitting here in my bedroom, because the tears were rolling down my face.
It's so well deserved. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. As I say, one of the biggest surprises and happiest ones I've had.